Welcome to Lestertainment, the channel that doesn't live up to its name. Today is all about looking at fighters acting all cocky and completely disrespecting their opponent by not wanting to touch gloves, and in the end, still winning the fight. Like I've said before, you kind of want the guy that doesn't follow sportsmanship's protocol to kind of lose the fight. But these guys just said the hell with that and completely ended the curse where the disrespectful guy gets destroyed in beautiful vindication. We've seen fighters losing after not wanting to touch gloves. Now we'll see the opposite. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure to turn on those notifications. Let's get right into it. This is by far the worst one I have ever seen, and it was done by Crazy Horse Bennett, which just on his name alone, you can tell that it's going to be something insane. This is the fight he had against KJ Nunes back in 2007, and he didn't take it very well.
Touch gloves and come out ready to do this.
It was just a slow build-up to Nunes getting pissed because Bennett wasn't looking at him at all during the face-off, just looking at the camera like this fight didn't even matter. And that look once Coons went for the glove touch was freaking disrespectful, like saying that he's a nobody. Well, maybe I guess he wasn't, since the fight ended in the first round.
And what goes on inside a fighter's head?
Oh, an vicious hand by Charles Bennett.
Just kidding, man. Nunes actually ended his career with a better record than Crazy Horse, so he has nothing to be ashamed about. Going into a fight with Crazy Horse, you just need to be aware that anything can happen. So just go in there and don't lose your concentration and forget your game plan. Unfortunately, it's too late for Nunes. Nick Diaz is a very special fighter because he has a kind of arrogant personality. Or I guess it's better said that he always appears to be angry, which is kind of weird since he's always high. In 2009, he fought against Scott Smith, and at the beginning, neither one of them tried to touch gloves.
Quite fair. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Step on back and let's get it on.
It's just common practice that the ref gives them the opportunity to touch gloves, but they just opted not to. This was just an amazing fight, with both fighters trading back and forth on their feet for almost the entire fight. But Diaz was just on this night with his accuracy, and the amount of punches was just incredible. The glove touch refusal happened at the beginning of the third and final round, where it's also normal to do this, since you should have gained each other's respect by now, but Diaz still refused with some extra flair.
Landed 125 of 221 punches in round two. Nick Diaz doesn't want to shake hands to start the third round.
Diaz really took the disrespect to a higher level, since he actually beat Smith in this round via a rear naked choke. Smith tried to make Diaz pay for this action, but he was unable to since his power punches weren't landing that cleanly. Amazing fight though, so you better go watch it. It's incredible. Conor McGregor talks a ton of crap before the fights, but during the actual fight, he usually shows respect for his opponent by touching gloves. Like in this fight against Diego Brandao, he did it at the face-off.
If you want to touch gloves, do so now. Back to gloves.
But then during the actual start of the fight in the first round, Brandao wanted to go for the glove touch once again, and McGregor made it seem like he was going to do it, but instead he did the unexpected.
5-minute rounds in the featherweight division.
People have said that McGregor and Brandao were talking right before the bell rang, which you can see during the fight, and McGregor had said that he didn't want to touch gloves again. But he certainly tricked Brandao and then just attacked him by surprise. Kind of a crappy move, but if it's true that he said no verbally, maybe it's forgivable. In the end, McGregor did what he does and landed his left hand until Brandao couldn't take anymore, and just went to the ground almost like he just wanted the fight to be over.
Brandao looks hurt. This could be the end. This could be it. That is it.
Brock Lesnar and Frank Mir faced off in 2008, and Mir did his thing and won the fight via submission.
Past the guard of Frank Mir. It's a very unusual guard. He's going for Lesnar. He's gonna do it.
In the first fight, Lesnar did touch gloves, and maybe that's why he didn't touch gloves in the second fight in 2009, out of paranoia. Or maybe he was just pissed that Mir beat him the first time, so instead he did this.
Touch gloves, let's make it official.
Did you see that little smile from Mir? Probably just thinking that Lesnar is a giant baby and can't get over losing the first fight. Then Herb Dean kind of looks disappointed that they didn't show good sportsmanship. But Lesnar had something else for Mir this time around.
Up against the fence.
Big
Once Lesnar got top control, he never gave it up and just ground and pounded Mir until he beat him in the second round. Then, after not touching gloves and winning the fight, he still got in Mir's face after the fight like he truly hated Mir. Or maybe considering his background, he was just trying to build some hype to get more money in the future. I think that's the case. Luis Gustavo was an impressive up-and-comer in MMA with an undefeated record coming into this fight against Yusuke Yachi. Although he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights. Here, he refused the glove touch during the face-off.
Violence in about 1 minute.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I wonder if it's better if the guy just turns around and walks away without touching gloves, or is it better if he just stares at you and just walks back really slowly? I think the second one is worse because it's just further taunting you, where he just stares at you, making you look like nothing. Yachi was visibly insulted as he put his right fist out like saying, "This is what you're going to get in a couple of seconds, buddy." But this isn't that type of list.
Down on his part. I think the cut opened up already. Oh, he just dropped his opponent's out. It is over.
One giant mistake I see from Yachi is figuring out a damn way to guarantee that your hair won't come loose because he was getting blinded during many exchanges. The knockout though is just a beautiful left hook, slip, and right straight to end the fight. Amazing. Anderson Spider Silva, for the most part, is a fighter who shows great respect for his opponents before and after the fight. Of course, he doesn't do it during the fight since he does so many crazy taunts and moves that you can't help but feel disrespected if you're fighting against them. Here he was fighting against Dan Henderson, and he refused the glove touch to start the fight.
Es tiempo de pelea.
I mean, at least Silva didn't try to take advantage of the situation. He just waited for Henderson to get the idea, and then they just started trading. Henderson certainly tried to get him back, but come on, this was Silva in his prime during his incredible winning streak. So he of course won via a rear naked choke.
Los aficionados que siguen a Van Henderson en la esquina y el mismo campeón. ¡No puede terminar! ¡No puede terminar! ¡Se acabó!
Many people think that the glove touch is outdated and that it changes a fighter's mindset from an angry killer attitude to a softer sparring mindset. But these fighters are experienced enough to know how to get into the right headspace. They don't need to be a-holes to their opponents in order to know that they have to win the fight at all costs, since most fighters are fighting for their livelihood. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.